we say on this podcast, and we talked before that we're not a Cardiff City podcast. We talk all kinds of sports, and about 12 hours ago, I saw in the news, and it was really shocking, with some other friends as well, on the unexpected and tragic passing of Sol Bamba. And actually, I messaged you about it, Nathan, because you hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And when knowing about doing this podcast the next day, we've got to talk about it because you guys have both had experience with him. And as a fan, I've seen him and grown up with him pioneering a Cardiff City team into a promotion and seeing a player play with heart and a defender who plays with heart and is a kind of cornerstone of my experience of being a football fan. But what are your experience of him, and who was the Sol Bamba that we saw on the field?
Well, my personal experience of him was number one, he was a gentleman, an absolute gentleman, lovely personality, and I remember when he first came to the club, there was a lot of sort of giggling and snide remarks from other sort of teams he'd played for, saying like we hadn't signed that good a player. But he was absolutely colossal for Cardiff City. I always used to say, I think Sean Morrison was the captain, but Sol was the true captain. He was the captain on the pitch. He led by example. He talked, he organised, he pushed people at the right time. And that year we got promoted under Neil Warnock. I think I called promotion after 5 games. I was doing a podcast for Media Wales at the time. And I used to sing Sol's praises so much that when we eventually met at Cardiff City Stadium, and he was coming out a lift on the floor, and like, we seen each other, and he just big beaming smile, and then like we give each other a big hug, and then we just started talking, and he was like, he just kept thanking me for my words, what I say about him, how positive I am about him. But it was just a genuine, I hadn't seen a player like that at Cardiff City for so long that it was like, I know from a football perspective, leadership qualities, who the leaders are. And like I say, although Sol wasn't the captain, didn't wear the armband, I think he was the captain. And I think most people in the team and around the team, and I think most fans saw that on the pitch. His leadership qualities for Cardiff City were unreal. And I think it's just, 39 is no age. It's so sad. And I always said the disappointing thing for me was, I've always said, like, when you get people like that through your club, you should try and keep them within the club, because those leadership qualities are hard to come by, especially nowadays. There's a lot of sniping and things like that go on, but when you've got someone who's, a leader and has shown it in sort of immense, not just a little here or there, immense leadership, I think, had he been given the option, we don't know, but I would have loved to have seen him, enter the youth team, do his badges, and then go on and become, hopefully, a manager, if not at Cardiff City, then somewhere else. But so sad. You
used the word colossal as well. And I was chatting to my friend Lewis yesterday, and he went to an evening with Sol Bamba last year, and he said that he was like a warrior of a character. Like, whenever you saw him go to tackle someone, to go to head someone, he did it with his whole being. And his whole body, like, not only his whole body went through it, his head would go through it, but everything within him would go through stuff. His shots had everything, and it seemed like a player although would be smiling after the game, everything he did with everything within him. And as a football fan, people love to see that. And he played for so many clubs, Middlesbrough, Leeds, Leicester as well. But there was something about him which was different because of everything he put into the game.
I think it's everything you're saying. I never met him. I didn't know him. I've read about his fight with the illness, battling back, recovering, and everything he's saying just suggests that he was a good soul, and he was graceful. I think just watching him on TV, interviews, working on Sky and different places like that, that's what I always sense from him. Even in your words there, it just sounds like he was a real, genuine guy and appreciated where he got to in life.
Yeah.
And just wanted to be the best he could be.
Yeah.
So, like Nathan says, for me, prayers and best wishes, to his family at this sad time. And it's always sad when you lose another real one.
I mean, his family, his friends, is whoever he's connected to, pass out condolences, because 39, I think he was in Turkey and he's obviously gone to, I think he was a technical director, they were saying. So, because he got the manager's job at Cardiff along with Mark Hudson. And I'm not sure what happened there, but Mark stayed on and Saul was gone out of the club. And there was a rumour for a little while that he was going to get the number one job. And honestly, I would have said to him, step back. I know like your head wants to manage and control and what have you, but player and manager are two different roles. But I would have loved to have been up there. I wish someone at the club would have said to him, look, step back, slow down. You'll get there, but your qualities are that good we can't overlook. So we're going to offer you a role here. Because I always say, start at the bottom, get your experience, build your way to the top. And sad news.